So Jamie, thank you so much for joining us. Do you mind introducing yourself for the viewers?
Yeah, hi Katie. My name is Jamie and I'm from New Jersey. I currently have two Dobermans. My first Doberman is Summer and she is an 8-year-old rescue. She came from Delaware Valley Doberman Pinscher Rescue Group. She was in a terrible situation and I'm just so happy that they could step in and help her and have a better quality of life. My second Doberman, his name is Rip. He is 2 years old and he's a lot of fun as well. And he's also bred through Crosswind Dobermans. The breeder is Courtney Hanasek and Deb Wetterman, and he is currently working on some obedience stuff as well.
What got you started in Dobermans?
So I've been doing obedience for about 20 years. So there's a backstory to this. I had started with a Labrador that was absolutely insane and crazy. So I said to myself, I should probably go do some kind of obedience training. So with that being said, I started doing all this fun training with my dog. And I was like, wow, this is really amazing that you guys can work as a team with the Labrador. So then I sat down with my trainer and she was like, listen, you are really good at this. Your timing's amazing. And we want to pursue you in doing obedience. So I was like, okay, this is amazing. I love it that you're taking the time and you're helping me understand how obedience works and stuff. So with that being said, I trained two Labradors and now I'm working with my second Doberman. So that originally got me started training in obedience.
What's one thing that people might not know about your sport?
Okay, so the one thing I think people may not know about this sport is that you need time and you need patience. So first thing is you do need a lot of time to help your dog in training to do this. And second of all, you do need patience because it's a learning process for you and it's a learning process for your dog as well. A lot of people think that, oh, my dog can sit, my dog can come when called. And trust me, that is not a thing that you can just say, oh, my dog sat, let's go show. So you do have to have a lot of time and patience put into it. And the more time you actually put into it, the better off you'll be in the end with your dog.
What do you love most about training with your Dobermans?
The thing I like most is the bond that you actually make with your Doberman. We all know that Dobermans, we call them Velcro dogs, right?
Mhm.
Because they just love to be with us and work with us. And they're very smart, they're very intelligent. And I just love the bond that you get with the dog and the journey that you have because it is your journey in the end, whether it's a rescue dog that you've gotten or it's a well-bred dog as well. So I'm finding that there's two different journeys that I'm going on.
What's been your proudest moment in competition so far?
So I originally received this email asking if I'm the owner of Summer. And I'm like, well, who's this crazy person emailing me, right? So I'm like, oh yeah. So I looked it up and was like, okay, this is legit. It's the DPCA Doberman Top 20 reaching out to me, wanting to know if I want to show my rescue dog. And I was like, wait, a rescue dog? Really? This is awesome. Sure. So I responded to them and I got the invitation to go to the DPCA Top 20. And with that being said, Summer and I have competed twice in the DPCA Top 20 obedience. The first year was in Kansas, and then the second year was in Missouri. And it was just an amazing experience. And I never thought that we would accomplish that being a rescue. But that being said, you can also get a well-bred rescue dog, I guess, as well.
What advice would you give someone who wants to try this sport with their Doberman?
Okay, first of all, I would say that you need to find yourself a great trainer. That's very important. And you might want to go and sit and watch some shows and see what it's all about. So if you find yourself a great trainer, you will know because the trainer will have different advice for you and different things for you to do. So like my rescue dog trains one way is versus Rip, my bred dog. So your trainer has to have a lot of tools in your toolbox in order to understand how training works because not every dog trains the same way. So you just need to take the time and find yourself a great trainer. And I found myself an amazing trainer and I can't thank her enough because she does an amazing job.
What makes the Doberman special for this sport in your experience?
I would say that the Doberman is just smart and intelligent. They love to work, and they love to please, and they can do a lot of things. In obedience, there's a lot of exercises that you have to do. So we have like a healing exercise, we have a retrieve exercise, they have to jump, they have to do scent work. So this is just telling you how smart and intelligent the Doberman actually is, because they can do so many different things in this sport, because they're just wonderful dogs.
Yes, they are. What has been your favorite memory from a past national?
My favorite memory was taking the trip down, because that was fun, driving to Kansas City. And also meeting the amazing people that are on the committee, and meeting you, and meeting up with Courtney Hennesack, which I would never known that she was, a breeder until I went to this show. And it was just amazing to step into that ring and be like, oh my God, this is me and my rescue dog in with all these well-bred dogs. That was like the proudest moment ever, just walking in and just being like, oh, here we are. This is amazing. It was very touching, and like it actually brought some tears to my eyes, because it was a great accomplishment that I never knew that she could do.
Yeah. You touched on something there that I think is really, it's really an interesting, thought. Each person that I've interviewed, they all talk so positively about the national experience. And I think a lot of it does revolve around that concept that you meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet. You meet dogs that you wouldn't otherwise meet.
Yes.
I distinctly remember the very first time I met you. You were standing like to the left side corner of the ring, warming Summer up, and I was standing there just shaking nervous about stepping in to do an obedience trial that I had moved my dog up to and I didn't feel confident about. And you were so encouraging and you were so kind. And I look forward every year to seeing, you and your husband every year. I'm like, oh, they're going to be there. I'm sad. I'm glad you're not going to be able to make it this year.
Yes.
But, those are times where, you're never going to see most people outside of that week, but it's a
No.
really special week to meet people that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten
Oh
to
yeah, I
meet.
met so many people. It was amazing. You and just there's so many people, and they're so heartwarming. They're welcoming, and they come up and ask you so many questions, and then they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she's a rescue." And it's a wonderful thing to experience, if you can ever experience it. Whether you're doing rally, you're doing obedience, you're doing confirmation, or even if you're like in the area and you just want to experience, it's just great, because it's a community of people that are just amazing to be around.
What's one thing that you would like to share on your own with the viewers?
Whether you want to do obedience, you want to do rally, you want to do confirmation, scent work, just go out there and try it. You'll have so much fun doing it, and the people that you meet are amazing. And whether you get a rescue or you get a well-bred dog, I think it's a win-win, because a Doberman's a great dog to do any of these sports. And just have fun with it. You'll have a lot of fun with it, and it's your and your dog's journey to do it, and the bond that you make is amazing.
So we've talked about Summer and her amazing, journey and multiple appearances in the DPCA top 20. What are your goals for your younger dog, Rip?
So my goals for Rip is to eventually get his ROM. He currently has his championship. Back in 2023, he did win the regional. He won winner's dog in the puppy class from 6 to 9 months. He just finished his championship last September with Courtney Hennesack. She is the breeder and handler as well. Moving forward, we are going to do his WAE in September. And then once he finishes that, if he passes that, he will have his ROM. And then we'd also like to continue doing obedience and rally with him. And we'd also like to try to get into something that is called the National Obedience Championship, which is held every year. And that's one of our biggest accomplishments that I want to try to get Rip into.
That's awesome. Well, good luck in all of those endeavors, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.